female researcher merely fed the freshly captured alien creatures, but she never imagined that these seemingly tiny beings not only had extremely strong aggressiveness, but also astonishing learning and imitating abilities. They quickly learned the operation she had just performed and successfully opened the protective shield. Just as the bugs were quietly crawling out of the container, Camille was still completely unaware of the danger. Only the monster beside her noticed the anomaly. It kept banging against the glass in an attempt to alert her and eventually managed to catch Camille's attention. Taking this opportunity, the leech quickly crawled onto the table, quietly sneaked into Camille's water glass, and laid a large number of eggs in it. At this moment, Camille, who was busy securing the jars, was completely unaware of this. After observing these alien creatures for some time, she felt she had grasped their habits, and her guard had gradually dropped. Meanwhile, the blood-sucking worm that had just laid its eggs had already burrowed into Camille's sandwich. Fortunately, a colleague arrived in time and used tweezers to put the insect back into the container. Camille was very confused. She clearly remembered closing the protective cover. How did this thing escape? She never thought that the insect could open the can by itself. Relieved that no serious consequences had occurred, Camille was about to reseal the jar when a colleague informed the captain that a meeting of all hands was to be held. She secured the container of bloodsuckers and, picking up a water cup at random, headed out. But after being interrupted by a colleague just now, she completely forgot about the jar that was supposed to contain the monster. It was precisely this seemingly insignificant oversight that later brought a devastating disaster to the entire spaceship. At this moment, in the conference room, the acting captain was soliciting everyone's opinions on the current crisis faced by the spaceship. It turned out that they all belonged to the Weyland Tycho Corporation and were on a 65-year mission to search for and study extraterrestrial life. Just as the samples were collected and the spaceship was about to return to Earth, it was sabotaged by someone. When a maintenance worker came to inspect it, a facehugger suddenly jumped out from the dark. The captain rushed to rescue him, but he didn't expect that more than one facehugger had escaped. Shortly afterwards, the two were sent to the medical room. The doctor attempted to remove the facehugger with a scalpel, but was astonished to find that the creature's blood was highly acidic. It instantly corroded the captain's neck, and the captain tragically died soon after. No one dared to take any further action. They had no choice but to put the parasitized maintenance worker and the facehugger together in the cryogenic chamber, planning to deal with the situation upon their return to Earth. However, they were unaware that the facehugger was merely a carrier, and the alien larva had already hatched and devoured its host. The next morning, everyone was shocked to find that the maintenance worker had been disemboweled, and it was obvious that something had burst out of his chest. The doctor speculated that the facehugger was not afraid of the cold and had implanted an embryo in his body, which eventually hatched and matured, tearing the host apart. Although it is still unclear what kind of creature has hatched, there is no doubt that it is extremely dangerous and must be captured as soon as possible. While the acting captain was still presenting the situation, Camille felt her mouth was dry. Just as she picked up her water cup, she was rudely interrupted by a mechanic beside her. His abrupt action made her feel uncomfortable, and she gave up the idea of drinking water.